I met Charlie in 1982.
Oh, wow.
We were musicians teaching at a particular music store in Randolph in New Hampshire, Maryland. We had separate cubicles in this music store, and Charlie was the really good guitarist that I didn't know very well. He's down the hall. And Charlie had a reputation for being really good. He was teaching like maybe 60 students a week. At that time, I had one half-an-hour student a week, and then one day the regular guy quit, and I got 23. Then I got another music store, got up to 40, got 50, and then I had a waiting list of 7 people and 51-hour lessons. So it all blossomed, but it only worked out because I was willing to do the half an hour, taking a bus from Bethesda to Wheaton for my half-an-hour student a week. But me and Charlie bumped into each other. We also played it, I'm looking at her because relating to you, because it gives you comfort to look at you, PD. I'll just stare at you. I'll lock in. I'll talk to you, and I won't look at all these people staring at me and freeze up and freak out. So we also played in Montgomery College. He was mostly small group jazz. I was in the big band, but we had a lot of common people. I think we had a lot of overlap the semesters we did at Montgomery College. So he did a lot of theory and sight reading and small group stuff. I did the big band. But we appreciated swing, we appreciated reading, we appreciated musical versatility. So now we fast forward 32 years. I'm normal now. I'm straight and narrow. And now we're in the VFW, Dale City VFW. And I saw this weird hyper guitarist kind of standing on his toes. So he's doing quarter note triplets with jazz chords on top of some kind of wonderful. I said, man, who's this guy? He's kind of hyper. Sounds weird. I think he's good, but I don't really know yet. And he seems kind of angry and jittery. But why is he laying down these quarter note triplets on top of a Grand Funk song that's all bass heavy? You know, that's obviously not his thing. I love, I'll talk about musical differences in a little bit. Here, I'm getting kind of comfortable up here, aren't I? But why not, because I don't want to cry when I get to the other parts. So I said, who's this hyper guy doing quarter note triplets with jazz chords on top of a Grand Funk tune? Why is he so nervous? This guy's kind of weird, man. I didn't really think he's that good. I honestly didn't think he's good. I didn't recognize him. Right? I didn't recognize him. He didn't recognize me. So later on, she relays Charlie Thomas and wondered if he knew him. And then all of a sudden, I said, wow, that's the same guy. And he just thought of me as back then hair, because I had long hair. He didn't equate. But the first time I found out he was really, really good, we were playing in Bethesda, and at Bethesda, Maryland, on the street, there was a jackhammer accompanying us doing construction. And so we did Girl from Ipanema, and he didn't lay down the trite, ordinary, mechanical guitar stuff that someone that doesn't. He played this beautiful Latin type of solo with these acoustic inflections. And I said, man, this guy's really good. He knows his stuff. And that's when I realized how good he is. And he was very good. And we always thought that being able to do covers well and really do your homework is important. So we never had to rehearse because we did our homework. We mapped it out. You guys charted out everything. I charted everything. Most bands would have butchered Black Dog so many times, but we never did, not once, not even from the first gig. And I remember you guys coming over to my house and for the original rehearsal. Never a cover tune. We knew hundreds of tunes, took requests, never used a set list, but we never had to rehearse, not once, not like that, because it's a trust. You have accountability and trust. And so you guys came over and you said, let's tune up. And I said, oh shit, now he's gonna play with the pedals, he's gonna fool around, practice his trower licks, he's gonna do whatever, you're gonna fool around, you're gonna argue. So they said, let's tune up. PJ goes, Charlie goes, ding. Okay, that's good. She hit this. Charlie went, and it was the same exact note. I said, oh my God. And then we were ready to do it. We ran each original tune twice, recorded them a couple days later. They worked out, they were tight. Easy. Anyway, we had differences. He liked Mellencamp. I didn't care for John Mellencamp. He liked Bruce Springsteen. I liked Sabbath and Grand Funk, so we didn't agree there. But we both liked the blues, Jimmy, jazz, Stevie Ray Vaughan, and he was my musical brother. We played with an uncanny telepathy, and he absolutely loved PJ's skills, and he recognized, like I did, that she was a star. We always said, man, she's so good, man, she carries the band. He wasn't bullshitting, he wasn't bullshitting, he was serious. He said she's a really good singer, man. And I said, yeah, she knows everything. And he said, and we laughed at your ability to treat Hendrix, we like Purple Haze. You said you thought of Purple Haze as just like a cover song. You said, "Oh, I learned a song the other day, Purple Haze," and we're talking about we learned their whole catalog, right? And she's making it sound like that's a cover tune, and she just picked up. And we always laughed at that. And we also laughed at PJ's ability to play the Cream stuff so perfectly, all the inflections on Strange Brew and White Room. But then we play the blues like Cold Shot. You play it all mechanically. You play Stevie Ray Vaughan. And we said, man, and he said, yeah, she doesn't really get the blues. But I said, well, how could she play the Cream so well? And he said, I don't know, man. I guess it's just a passion. And but we agreed that you were very special. We said it many times, and we knew you carried the band. Anyway, Charlie, like you said, what was good about him is that he always listened to people. I don't know if you ever sat down and talked to him, but that's an art where you look at someone and you stay engaged and you remember what they said. The next time you get together, you recount it. And I could talk about something, and he always made me feel like he knew where I was coming from, and he often did. But he was a good conversationalist, and he didn't pretend at it. It was when you sat down with him, you had a real talk. Anyway, he was very, very happy, wasn't he? At his best, he was just naturally a happy person. He acted snarky and he would act like a jerk, but he was very happy and he was very personable. If you sat down in a conversation, you knew that he was a true friend, and he loved you. I could tell. You always know when you hang with someone if they really love someone. Sometimes they're in relationships of convenience and they hang with someone, or but I could tell. So I think that's it. I'm glad I was able to get these words out. I scribbled them down while I was driving, and I wasn't going to talk, but I'm comfortable with you guys, so there you have it.
Love you, Jim.
It was fun.
Good
Thank
job,
you for having
Jim.
us today.
Good job, Jim.
Shall we exchange?